The pandemic is forcing countries around the world to rethink their relationships with China. The U.S. is no exception. As of Monday, the United States had reported more than 760,000 infection cases, more than any country in the world outside of China. In New York, the country's epicenter, hospitals are overwhelmed and businesses have shut down. The usually bustling Times Square remains empty. What is New York's role in the U.S.-China relationship? Today, we'll start with one case from Wall Street. Imagine retiring after a long career serving in uniform, only to learn that your savings all those years had helped fund advanced weapons systems for America's adversaries. In an op-ed published by the Wall Street Journal last year, former Navy Secretary Richard Spencer described such a scenario. He was talking about the Thrift Savings Plan, or TSP, a pension fund for U.S. lawmakers, White House staff, and military members. The board overseeing the fund had decided to put these servicemen's retirement savings into an index. The index was developed by New York-based company MSCI, the world's biggest stock index compiler. The index includes the following Chinese companies: AviChina, an arm of AVIC, which develops equipment and weapons for the Chinese Air Force. Its subsidiary was sanctioned by the U.S. government for helping Iran develop missiles. Hangzhou Hikvision, a state-owned Chinese company that sells surveillance cameras to detainment camps in Xinjiang, where the regime detains millions of Uyghur Muslims. ZTE, a telecom giant that sells products to Iran and North Korea in violation to U.S. sanctions. It's been accused of posing a risk to U.S. national security. And Tencent, owner of Chinese social media app WeChat. The app has been accused of helping the Chinese regime monitor dissidents and silence whistleblowers, especially during this pandemic. A U.S.-based nonprofit is suing WeChat for stifling key information about the outbreak, leaving the world in the dark and unprepared. The nonprofit said thousands of people have joined the lawsuit. Those are the companies taking the retirement savings from 5 million U.S. federal workers. Senators Marco Rubio and Jeanne Shaheen have introduced a bill to block the TSP from allowing it. The House has also introduced a similar bill. And the index is one of many developed by MSCI. Last November, the company increased the weighing of China A stock market shares from 5% to 20% in some of their indexes. This could lead to over $80 billion in fresh investment into China's economy. Others quickly followed suit. FTSE Russell, the world's second-largest index company, announced in February that it would increase the weighing for Chinese stocks. Bloomberg also did something similar. The Wall Street Journal reported that the MSCI's decision came under heavy pressure from the Chinese government, which tried to curtail the company's business in the country. The report said the regime's influence has put the independence of the index giant into question.